Sometimes in sales, things look pretty easy. However, this can come back and bite you. Welcome back, everybody. My name's Brent, the in-home sales expert. And today I had a customer that I sold, but the problem is she is 97 years old. Yes, let me repeat that. 97 years old. Now, someone that age sometimes could be influenced very easily, right? And manipulated, and you can sell them a product. Not 97. That never happens. I'm telling you, I was even talking to my boss. I'm like, please, let's just not do this, right? But the key to that is having somebody there with them, family member, son. I mean, not just a friend, but it needs to be a solid family member, son. In this instance, it was her son, and that's who I was communicating with. And I went through all the processes with her about, even why she should not buy, right? And why it's going to be okay. And, it's not something that is going to be a huge deal and you really don't need it. But she really wanted this door, right? So I made sure that I had somebody, and my communication was with her son the entire time. The reason that's important is because, does the son need to be there? No. Can you sell someone in their 80s? Yes, absolutely. And they have sharp minds, and she had sharp mind too. She is super sharp. But that's not the point. The point is, when you sell something to someone older, even in their 70s and 80s, especially 90s, and the family member is not with you, they don't know what was said, right? So in their mind, they are constantly thinking that you scammed her, scammed their mother, scammed their father, right? That is just instinct, right? So the key is having somebody with her. I'll give you a prime example. Earlier on in my career, I met with an older lady, and I was selling her a window. She wanted this window done. She was getting ready to have surgery in the next couple days. I think she was probably in her 80s. And I was just meeting with her. And I told her name was Darlene. I told her that, listen, you're getting ready to have surgery, so why don't we hold off? Why don't we get back to healthy? And when you get back, and then we can sit down and talk about this and then kind of get moving forward. She goes, no, I just want to get this done. I was doing everything I could to try and put this off. But sometimes when they get that adamant, it's just, it's tricky, right? Because you don't want to piss them off. But anyway, so I said, okay. And so we move forward. And this was on a Friday, right? And sure enough, Monday morning, I get a phone call from her son-in-law, who berated me up and down about how dare I take advantage of his mother-in-law and sell her a window when she's getting ready to go into surgery and blah, 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 blah. And I had to explain to him, listen, this is what happened. I even tried not selling it, okay? I even tried to have her wait until after her surgery. But the problem is, he wasn't in on that conversation, so she can tell him one thing, but in his mind, I was in the wrong, no matter what, right? So that's why it's super important before you ever move forward and sign a contract or do anything, to have a family member with you. I know some of you are thinking, yeah, but I met her or him and he was 74 years old and he was super sharp and listen, I've done that too. I completely understand that. And you might even ask them, would you like to have a family member with you as we're going through this, just to make sure that we're all on the same page? Most of them are going to say, no, I can handle this. I'm fine. Do everything in your power to have somebody with you. I know it sounds like ageism, but excuse me for that. But you just have to go with this and realize that it's for your own good and for your own protection of both you, the company, and everything. So, all right, a couple ways you can reach me. Reach me on my website. I do individual training. You can also find me on my private community where we go through a ton of these individual situations and sales, which is super helpful. And I'll put both of those links in the description. And then also, if you're in home sales and you want to get better, remember, build trust, lower resistance, and build credibility. And when you do that, if you're looking to get better, subscribe to this my channel, where we go through a ton of these things, and let's work on getting better. Until next time, build credibility.